All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live here in 2020. My name's Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
All right, and we got Rob in the booth taking all your questions. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
All right, he'll be taking all your questions. Feel free to tag at Star City Games. He'll get his favorites sent over to us. We'll see how you feel about this new modern format. So far, it's been pretty exciting, but before we get into too much, don't forget we are brought to you by Star City Games and Carnox Chairs. So if you want yourself one of these cool chairs, head on over to carnox.com/SCG. You'll get that 10% off. You know what? Did you forget to shop for someone? Late Christmas present, Carnox chair. Let's go.
You could even send us a late Christmas present.
You could. I still don't have one.
Yeah.
I got a pretty nice chair, though, I got to say. I got a pretty nice one, yeah.
I could use a new chair.
Yeah, absolutely. But, so today we are continuing with our Modern Challenge, getting ready for SCG Columbus, the start of the 2020 season. Points are restarted. Everything is on even grounds. Me and Ross will be there representing not only Star City Games, the best tournament organizers on the planet, we're also going to be representing Team BCW, our new pro team here. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, great to have you on board.
Yeah.
Going to be a good start to our season with all six of us in Columbus.
Yep.
Playing some Team Modern, and we've got two of the more competitive decks again here. Like these six decks that we're playing today are really things that we expect to show up in high numbers.
Mm-hmm.
We showed you a lot of the Oko in match one. Still got some Okos here in match two. I'm going to be playing mine in the main deck. Yours are mostly in the sideboard, right?
For some reason, I think it must have been a typo. I have one in the sideboard. They must have tripped, and the card in their deck box went to the other thing, and then that's how they wrote it down. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, one's in my sideboard.
So Corey's going to be playing a little four-color Shadow. This is sort of the variant that has emerged in recent weeks. Shadow is one of the first decks that popped up to combat Oko decks back in October.
And I think the thing, sorry to interrupt you there, but I think the thing I remember the most about that SCG is it was like the top four was 3 Lotus Box members, all on the same 75 of Urza. And then Holland, I forget his first name or whatever.
Sean, I believe.
Sean? Yeah, he just goes, all right, top 4, take out one of these, finals, take out another one. Welcome to the Players Tour, my friend. Like, I thought that was pretty funny. He was doing his best Oliver Tomiko impression, picking all the lotus petals out of the lotus box.
Yeah, that was with Grixis, but now we've got moved on to a little bit of 4-color. They're playing Tarmogoyfs, they're playing Okos. Some lists you see Once Upon a Time in as like a free instant for the Traverse package. Mm-hmm. We do see that in this list as well. But still getting to play Stubborn Denial, which is so important in so many matchups. But
it really is.
I'm playing the deck that has emerged recently. Amulet Titan, a little bit finicky. This ramp deck is a little more straightforward. We're playing things like Explorer and Sakura Tribe Elder. It almost looks like a Scapeshift deck, but just doesn't have Valakut. Instead wins with Field of the Dead. Yeah. But also gets to play a good mid-range game with Okos and Tireless Trackers. So you're not entirely dependent on Primeval Titan, which is really nice.
And ironically, it's like, if we had like a counter of every time we said the word Oko, it would be outrageous today. But I mean, that's what Modern is. It got banned in Standard. Now it got banned in Pioneer. Modern's next. Maybe it'll survive in Legacy. But the Amulet deck really struggled with dealing with opposing Okos. It's like, you play your Amulet, it's an Elk, and then it's like that card does nothing now. You think, oh, well, at least I have a 1-mana 3/3. That's pretty good, right? It's not. Like when an Oko is active, you're shutting down the things that scare you, right? Like an Amulet is the only way that Titans could attack right away. And then it had all these lands that were kind of bad, but they're situational. Now this is just cutting through any of the nonsense, and it's just playing a good ramp shell, and it's playing one of, if not the most powerful 6-drop in the game in the form of Primeval Titan.
Yes. So, and Castle Garenbrig is really the key with 4 copies in this version because you have the more straightforward mana base. With all the 1-mana acceleration like Sakura Tribe Scout and Arboreal Grazer, with Castle Garenbrig, you get to turn 3 those Titans quite often. Yeah. Which is the Scapeshift deck can't really do. No. So we're still getting the speed of those early Titans the way Amulet does. We're not turn tubing them ever. Yeah. So we don't have the stone nut draw, but we do have those turn 3 draws a fair amount of the time, which is really important.
But I think the one thing about Modern with the inclusion of Oko is Oko has slowed down the format to an interactive format in a sense. I mean, you're still interacting around Oko, but you remember all these affinity decks, humans, all these decks that were just trying to go, hit you as hard as possible. Oko stops those. Yeah. So that's why we're seeing this pullback. Like there's not even combo decks in the Urza deck anymore. Like it's because they're artifacts, they're elks, so.
Yeah, you're not really trying to kill people. You're still trying to get on the board quickly. So the Titan getting field, getting those zombies, getting on the board and establishing that presence quickly is still important. But you don't want to do it in a very reckless way, just trying to kill them. Because Oko can play that defensive game plan so well.
100%. Okay, so I got the first one here with Timely Oko, believe it or not. So you're going to be on the play for this match.
Yep. And I have not a good hand. This is a hand that actually doesn't. I guess it does cast ramp spells, but then how early do I Titan with this hand? Do I turn 4 even? So if I play these into this, and then play this, return here, then this is.
You like it? It's close.
I think this is a mulligan because I don't have I'd have to just basically rip a Titan to turn 4 it.
Yeah.
And that's the best I can do. And on 7 cards, I can do better.
If we look at mine, I have kind of exactly what I want here, minus the obvious problem with my mana base. But these kind of shadow decks don't play a ton of actual mana sources. But we have ways in our hand that are going to find extra mana, as well as a card that specifically says so, along with some decent other cards. So we're going to keep this. Or you got a question, or maybe a comment about the last game, like we asked before the break?
I don't have any about the last game.
Okay.
But, Drake Sasser did say, "Team washed old men. I ain't scared." So.
Oh yeah.
So apparently Nova is not scared of BCW. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Okay.
May have been of the time of Nova and Lotus Box before, but it's time for the bomb now.
We lost.
Yeah, you scared everyone away, huh?
We lost a couple people over the last year.
Yeah,
we dropped out with a couple of the older members of the team, and I think our average age still went up.
Yeah.
The people we had.
Aren't I the youngest, or Daryl the youngest?
Daryl,
I think Daryl's actually older than me. I really do. He looks, very, very young, but I think I remember him saying he was like 29. But I'm either the youngest or the second youngest at 28 years old. Like. Oh, yeah. We're going to be in bed by 9:30 as a team thing.
This is not a good hand, but I think it's reasonable enough, especially with how good this card is in the matchup. So,
okay.
We'll put this Grazer that we can't cast on the bottom.
Love it.
Start on Field of the Dead.
You mean the green mulligan, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with going to 18. That's not a good draw. 17. We're going to go with an Inquisition. Oh, okay, sorry. I wanted to gain perfect information before I did that. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm not a fan of Oko, but I just don't want you to accelerate at all right now. So I think... Oh, I guess you can't cast that next turn, huh?
You would know.
Yeah, all right. Let's just take the powerful card. I'm going to take Oko.
Drake also says literally the first SCG team to have to worry about offering a retirement package.
Yeah, no kidding.
If we could get a nice pension plan, I'm in. I just got Growth Chamber because you know this card.
Yeah. I just hope to be able to stay awake for the whole event. That's my goal. All right. So we're going to go to 16. We're going to start with the Traverse. Creature, artifact, sorcery. No way to make it an instant, and we want to land anyways, so I'm going to go get a basic. And now we got Summoner's Pact as well as an Explorer. Not ideal hand, but we want to get our life total low anyways. Think we are going to go with a Thoughtseize. And I think I'm just going to take that Explorer.
You're 14.
All right. And then I'll pass it to you.
Is that good?
It's a pretty strong draw.
Do I want that?
It's a pretty strong draw. Wow.
Question, Chad, was that good? Yeah, yes or no?
They know you're lucky.
You're up.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be game. Okay.
Welcome to Modern.
Welcome to Modern. Yeah,
No Abrupt Decay over there?
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Well, we're going to sacrifice this and go to 11. I want some blue mana.
Getting a watery grave.
The grave that's watery. And guess we'll play this Death Shadow. I guess. And pass to you. God, that was a good draw. We're in trouble. We went from still not even in that great of a position because you can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, but we're doing okay.
So I can swap, and then the shadow would die. It is currently a 2/2. Peatland could make it a 3/3, but if you had Dismember or Street Wraith in your hand, you would fizzle the exchange and then kill my Oko. So that seems like a bad plan. Given that my elk would be smaller than your shadow, elking my food seems bad. So I'm just going to elk this shadow and prevent any shenanigans.
Seems smart.
And then pass the turn.
All right. Well, now I think we're just going to sacrifice this, try to find something. Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely attack Oko. And now... So that Summoner's Pack is getting close, but it's not quite Primeval Titan yet. So I'm not insanely terrified of it. Now I think we probably just want to do the same play. Play another Death Shadow. And... pass to you. Kind of regretting getting rid of our land, but of course we wouldn't have drawn the spell we needed to cast anyways, so... Once again, just trying to get an Oko off the battle. Once Oko hits the battlefield, it's like, okay, I'm not trying to disrupt your hand. I'm not trying to do anything but get that Oko off the battlefield.
It's currently a 5 power.
Is
You're
it?
11, right?
I'm an 11, so it's 2?
So it's a 2/2. So
yeah.
5 power total.
Yep.
If I plus and animate my elk, and you have a removal spell, my Oko will die. That's not good.
You tend to want to keep him alive.
If I animate your shadow, my Oko will die.
I like this. I like this Oko is going to die plan.
Should I force you to have the removal spell that it seems like you have? I would guess you have some removal and Stubborn Denial in your hand. You haven't played a land. You purposely found blue mana, and you were okay sacking the peatlands. You probably don't have traverses or glyphs. Discard spells you probably would have cast. So I think your hand is just removal and Stubborn Denials.
That's logical. Correct. No, but logical, yes.
Not really what I wanted to have happen. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
That's a tricky spot. If you have depicted my hand correctly, that's a tough spot.
Could just make a food and hope you don't draw a fetch land or a shock land or a peat land.
seems chill.
Or a street wraith.
Yeah.
Or Thoughtseize.
I don't play many of those cards, you know?
Well, the thing is, I don't think you have one. So I actually think that's a reasonable thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah. As weird as a play as it is, I think making a food is best.
Okay.
And then we'll Cavern on Giant and pass the turn.
Okay. Well.
I have a pact in hand.
That's all I know.
Yep.
End step. Dismember. Go to 7. This becomes a 1/1. When Dismember resolves, and now it is a 6/6. So I'll untap. And we will Thoughtseize, yep. So another Broco, or Summoner's Pact. Summoner's Pact you can't even pay for. I mean, I guess you Titan and that gets you the things, but so I guess that's worse for me. So yeah, we'll take the Summoner's Pact. I'll go to 5.
Yep.
And now this is large, but I still just have to kill that, and then 3 to you.
I'm at 17.
All right, your turn.
Oh, this didn't go well. Go to 19.
Okay.
Oko.
I got a Stubborn Denial.
Yep. Figured that.
Yeah, you kind of called my hand. Kind of called it pretty well, so.
You're up.
All right. All right, I'll go to 3. So this is a 10 power, so 13 power. I don't want to just die to an Oko crashing back. So I want to make sure I play around that. So we'll just attack for 13.
I'm at 4.
All right. I got you to. Were you at 19?
I had myself at 17.
You gained 2 from the radio phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So I'm at 6.
Okay. And past you.
In step, I'll go to 9.
Okay. I think it'll still be impossible for you to live without a scary 6/6. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I had the drowned. I was drowned in locks. Yeah, there's nothing you could do. And honestly, I top decked the second Shadow. Otherwise, Oko was not going to be manageable. And, you know, I mean, I had a counterspell to back it up, and it seemed okay. But, I mean, if you ever just draw Titan there with a Cavern backup, doesn't matter what I do, so.
Yep. Okay, so that's going to be game 1 in this matchup. We are going to quickly head to the sideboard, take a short break for that, and, come back and finish that match. Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Simic Titan and 4-color Shadow. On my side, we want to kind of slow down a little bit. You know, if I try to go too fast and sacrifice cards to do so, it amplifies the effectiveness of Corey's discard spells and counter spells after sideboarding, where you can just deal with my 1 or 2 threats. So I'm going to slow down. In that kind of plan, our Boreal Grazer is the worst ramp spell, so we're cutting all of those. The Pact of Negation is not very good in a matchup where they're stripping you of a lot of resources. This is mainly here to fetch with Titan and Teleria West against combo decks. And then the Ramnap Excavator, Corey's just not, killing my lands, so not a relevant 1-drop here. And then we have to trim 1 land because we've got 7 cards we want to bring in. We've deemed Radiant Fountain to be the worst one.
Seems pretty bad, yeah.
You're not really winning by inches. We do get some other silver bullets, which are nice. Chameleon Colossus is obviously great.
Oh, yeah.
Another Tireless Tracker to play a small ball game plan. And then the one Hornet
Is it
Queen.
that good anymore, though? It just looks like an elk to me.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We got a couple removal spells, which will help out against the creatures in the Veil of Summer, which is an all-star.
Veil of Summer is just definitely scary. And Veil of Summer is really the only consideration why I wouldn't just bring in, max amount of disputes, max amount of counter spells. Cavern of Souls still scares me with Disdainful Stroke. So, I don't know. I don't know the numbers between the dispute and the strokes that I should have. Maybe I should have 2/1. Maybe I should max out on all of them. But Tarmogoyf is a little bit weak. Fatal Pushes are my only, I for sure want to take out this card. But I'm still leaving in some removal. I mean, Dismember to deal with, a tracker is still, okay. But I don't think I need a ton of these green creatures, even though I want my clock to be a little faster. So we're going to take out these, and we're going to bring in 1 Plague Engineer for the Hornet Queen tokens. It's a nice way to search it up with Traverse. Bring in the other Oko, because like we said, that must have been a misclick that we put in the sideboard in the first place. A couple Disdainful Strokes to hope you don't have Veil or Cavern in your Titan deck, I guess. And then 1 Mystical Dispute, mainly for that turn 2 Oko, to have something to do if I don't have a Thoughtseize or an Inquisition. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Not 100% positive on the number of blue counter spells I want here, but it seems decent.
Yeah. You're in a good place when you're playing a ramp deck and your opponents are unsure they want to bring in their counter spells.
Yeah, I know.
Normally that's your bread and butter. You're like, Give me all of them.
Exactly. Like, yeah, a tempo deck that's trying to play 6 drops during their main phase. Yes, I will play a 2-mana counterspell. But yeah, it's just a different world with Veil and Cavern that really are just the 2 cards that really scare me. All right, you got a question for us at all, Rob?
Yeah. What was your favorite card of 2019?
My favorite card of 2019. You know, I think this is definitely an individual thing that a lot of people aren't going to think the same. Like, obviously, you can say Teferi, you can say Broco, but I didn't like the power level of those cards. I think the one, like, very mild card that I really enjoyed was Marauding Raptor. Dinos, baby. Dinos were the highlight of my 2019 as far as playing. I love that card.
I am going to go with Terramander.
Terramander?
I'm upset that card no longer sees play. It looked like it might be, a multi-format staple for the first month.
It really did.
And then kind of just fell off the face of the earth. But
Terry was scary.
Yeah, I played it a bit in Izzet Phoenix in Modern. I played it in Mono Blue in Standard.
Yeah.
I would have played it in Legacy had I had the opportunity while it was good then.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan, and I hope I get to play that card again.
Who would have guessed our 2 favorite cards of 2019 were when we made the finals of an SCG event, huh? All right, good questions, everybody. Keep them flowing in. We are going to get this next game underway. You are going to be on the play.
And I'm going to mulligan.
Oh, no, you haven't. 2019 is just keeping the same as 2020 here, huh?
A nice little 1-lander with a bunch of 3 and 6 mana spells.
Love it. I have 4 different color of cards in my hand right now. But we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. This hand just looks absurdly ridiculous if we take a peek at my hand, Rob. But welcome to Modern. Honestly, this is the one thing I love about Pioneer is like hands don't look like this because there's not fetch lands. Fetch lands and duels allow your hands to look like this. And I like when my hands don't look like this in a format.
That's a masterpiece.
Yeah, sure. It's something.
Okay.
A little better?
Not really. But it'll have to do.
You got a masterpiece as well?
It'll have to do.
I mean, he's got some great art in there, to be fair.
Hey, that's all that matters. All right.
Not mulliganing anymore in a Thoughtseize matchup.
Yeah, good call. Okay, well, we'll start off by telling you a story. Maybe Once Upon a Time was my favorite just for that meme that got started with you and my dad. Oh my, okay, well. So I guess we won't pick these. And we'll pick, it is a reveal, right? I haven't played with this card in so long.
Land.
Yeah, okay. So we'll take the only target.
It's a good one.
Solid. Now, I think we want to try to max out on our damage here. I'm going to go to 15 and Thoughtseize you with a Watery Grave.
Well, you get my Explorer.
Okay.
The other 4 cards in my hand are lands.
Okay. You got a Broco, not on top, but the one after. I know it.
You're up.
I'll go to 15. Okay. That's not a great draw. Now we're going to go to 13.
Yep.
10.
Yep.
This is what they mean by counting down the new year, right? Just counting down your own life total?
I don't think they do it by 3s in Times Square.
Oh, they don't? Fair enough. Okay, so we're going to bring in the Blood Crypt.
Blood Crypt is a weird one.
I told you, I have all the colors. All right, so now we're going to go with a Death Shadow.
Yep.
3/3, and pass to you.
And step, I'll Dismember the Shadow. I'm at 16. With 1 up to pay for your Stubborn Denial.
That's disgusting. You're at what? 16?
16, yeah.
Oh, that was a tilt.
You can go.
Okay. Dang it. Okay. Go with the Peatland. And I'll pass to you. That was a tilt. Nice draw.
Tireless Tracker.
Yeah.
Cavern on Giant. Get a clue.
Okay.
You're up.
Right, end stack. I'll sacrifice this.
Ooh, no removal spell.
Not yet.
No removal spell.
Okay, all right. Now we'll take 2.
You're at 8.
And let's go with a... You have 1 card, huh?
Yep.
Let's go with a Tarmogoyf.
I've got Sorcery Instant.
Creature, land, sorcery, instant. So we got a 4/5.
Any Tarmo dice over here?
We got one.
Got that one.
All right, and then I'll pass to you.
Okay, so 4/5.
4/5. 4/5. Staying alive. Staying alive. 4/5. Staying
Practice
alive. Okay.
Hopefully the BGs aren't gonna like sue us for that.
They probably will, yeah.
Play Growth Chamber, turn Cavern.
Okay.
Get a clue, play a Tribe Elder.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right.
I have a forest in my hand.
Okay. That's all I know.
Yep.
All right. So let's start with a Thoughtseize.
3 lands.
Okay, we're at 6. I'll attack.
Block, sack.
Yep.
And I get Snow-Covered Island. Get another
Smart.
clue.
All right. Then I'll go with a Death Shadow.
Yep.
Go with this. And I'll pass to you. We're hanging in there. Your draws were pretty nice to get you out of the initial situation, but that Death Shadow was nice to get us back into the game at least. All right, so still the same for Tarmogoyf. Land, sorcery, instant creature. And we got 5 lands, so you cannot get a Zombone yet. Yep.
Sack a clue.
Yep. Rubble.
Probably screwed this up. Shouldn't have played the Growth Chamber.
To get a Zombone here?
Yeah, I guess if I would have had to play it this turn.
Mm-hmm.
The forest wouldn't have gotten there. That was probably a mistake.
At least the forest is with you in the spirit of Star Wars.
Oh. Cast Once Upon a Time?
Cast Once Upon a Time. Okay.
Find a Tribe Elder, and I guess Tribe Elder actually doesn't do it, right? Because I have all 4
yeah,
basics.
your basics, yeah. She got a mountain in there or something.
It is another blocker, though.
That's true.
So, yeah, we'll find a Tribe Elder and play it.
Okay.
And pass the turn. Die to Battle Rage.
All right. End step. I'll take a pain.
Yeah, I'm dying to Battle Rage.
I'll go to 5. Take a pain for black. 4 Thoughtseize you. 2. I'll get on in there. So we got an 11/11. The Battle Rage! I guess I kind of gave it away when I said I had 4 different colors of cards in my hand. I even had this to back it up, but like this is the first 4 cards I saw. I'm just like, yeah, this is a modern hand right there.
Yeah. So if I had been able to make a zombie there,
wouldn't have done anything.
Then I have 6 power I can put. Yeah, you would have had exactly lethal still through a zombie.
Yeah, because you put Sakura Tribe Elder through
in front of the Goyf, and then
you would have to sack the Sakura, right, to get a zombie to block it.
No, because I would have just had 7 normally.
Yeah.
But I would have had 6 toughness on the because you had the Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Dealt 22, and I was a 16 for my Dismember.
Yeah. It was an interesting game. It was an interesting game. I mean, it was. I mean, I did not. After your Dismember, immediately I was like, I'm dead. You know, I mean, I had the Stubborn Denial, like you said, and then I needed a threat, and you know, traditional Grixis Shadow decks, that's what they struggle with. But the Traverse version helps a lot with that. You know. You want to still play the third game?
Yeah, let's play one.
Okay, let's do it. These matches are very good. Very good. All right, we got any questions, Rob?
Yeah, we actually had one about a new preview card that came out.
Okay.
It's just previewed just recently by Card Kingdom. It's called Drag to the Underworld. It's 2 black for an instant. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is your devotion to black, and it's just destroy target creature.
So,
how do you feel about that card for standard?
So it's black, destroy a creature as long as you have
two devotion
2 symbols?
Yep.
It seems like it is going to replace Grasp of Darkness and Pioneer in the mono black deck. I would think that's just a strict upgrade, right?
Well, I mean, you figure when you want to grasp on turn 2, like you can't cast this card. You cannot cast on turn 2.
Yeah.
Right. Unless you have some sort of like acceleration. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as far as standard, like what kind of shells would that really go into? I mean, it's kind of cute that it pairs pretty perfectly with Murderous Rider. If you have a Murderous Rider in play, you can kill something, but Murderous Rider already kind of kills something.
Yeah. My issue with this card is that it is awkward on 2 aspects. You know, when you're building a removal suite, your cheap removal is usually handling things on the early turns of the game.
Yep.
And then your expensive removal is usually handling different types of threats.
Yeah.
And this card does not handle early creatures and does not handle non-creature threats late.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to play it over Murderous Rider in your decks? No. Are you going to play it over like your kind of Fatal Push-esque cards? I know that card's not standard. It is a Pioneer. Like, no, because you need to be killing mana creatures and stuff on turn 1.
Yeah.
Aggressive creatures. So I don't really know where exactly it fits. I mean, I could see it then as a result fitting in small numbers, but this card is not something I'm interested in playing like 3 or 4 copies of.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me. It could be a good sideboard option for decks that are just playing, you know, really large, hard to deal with threats, I guess, like Lovestruck Beast or something. But
those threats are always green and you have Noxious Grasp.
Yeah. No.
So like
that makes sense. And honestly, one thing I'll say about those kind of cards and just devotion cards in general, we're moving into a devotion set. So there's going to be a ton of things that are going to help out cards like that. So I would say this is a card that needs a build around. And right now, with the information we're given, we don't see it.
Yeah.
But you best believe we're going to be trying to do some Grey Merchant devotion stuff here very soon in our Versus Live future.
Yeah. I need to be seeing a lot of big red, blue, and black creatures that this card kills and Noxious Grasp misses before I want to put this card in my deck.
Exactly. And I just think I'm like, okay, like what kind of decks are good right now? Like adventure decks and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you're not going to pay 4 to deal with an Innkeeper, you know? Let's take one more question, Rob, if you got it.
I do not.
You don't got them. Well, you're first in queue out there, chatters. So if you want to get in, do that and we'll answer them at the start of our next. All right. You've been just having a good old time today, huh?
Well, you found a Titan at least. So.
Yeah, you found a Titan. They're always safe in your hand up until turn 6. My hand is pretty bad. We're on the draw. We have one of our best cards. With an opponent mulliganing, I would keep this. A snap 6, I think we'd have to mulligan. Maybe that's a bad mentality to have in general, but we have a good mixture of lands and spells. They're just not exactly the ideal lands and or spells that we would really want, but we're going to try it. We are going to try it. Yeah, but I mean, this set does look like a blast to me. I think the power level is slowed down a little bit. You know, I mean, we haven't seen any Teferis or Okos being spoiled yet or anything busted, so I'm hoping it remains that way.
It's 5 lands, 2 Summoners Pacts.
4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
We've seen some interesting cards in this set, like the new Yawgmoth's Will kind of thing that gives all the spells in your graveyard escape.
Yeah. What do you think of Escape as a mechanic?
I am worried because it's the kind of card that, the kind of mechanic that can easily be broken if you just create escape cards that are really low. But the combination of mana plus graveyard cards, like exiling cards from your graveyard, I think is really smart because it stops you from being able to overload on them.
Yeah.
And most of the escape costs I've seen are like 3+ cards in your graveyard. So it's not like you can play a ton of them.
Yeah. For me, I don't see it affecting standard at all. Like I don't really foresee a good escape deck in standard.
In standard, it's more just like a value thing. You're going to play it naturally.
You're going to play it if it's a good card.
And then you'll escape it later.
You know, maybe 1 out of every 6 games, you'll actually escape something. But what I see in Limited, the mechanic's going to be great. It's going to be similar to Adventures. You know, I mean, that extra 1.5 cards is always insane. What fears me is Modern. Like, especially that red escape 6, draw 3 cards thing. Like, pick up your dredge cards today, you know? I mean, that's insane. You always have 6 extra lands laying around in your graveyard, and then you just dredge Stinkweed 3 times? Like, that seems disgusting to me. Yeah.
Okay, I have a hand that does things.
All right.
Might even do stuff if I try hard.
Now you got a good hand? Now ship 2 of them.
So... Ooh. How do I best play against a discard spell?
5 lands. Let's go.
Think it's this and hope to draw more lands.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm on the play. I will start with the field.
All right. Okay. Let's start with a Catacombs Pass.
Okay.
We're saving our discard spells till you draw some more gas.
I'll go to 18 and explore.
Okay.
And play another field.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. End step. We definitely want blue. So we're going to go to 17, get a Watery Grave. Still have it in the deck? Okay. Last card, of course. It's going to draw it. All right. So we're going to take the damage because we just want to affect our life total, even though we're not going to cast anything. All right. Speaking of, 15. Go to 15. It's an interesting draw. Now, what do we want to do? You're going to untap with possibility of 4 mana. We just want to get a threat down. I'm going to go to 14 and play a Glyph.
We got a 3/4.
3/4. Yep, pass to you.
Let's play a Tribe Elder.
Okay.
Play a Growth Chamber.
Okay.
And return a field.
All right. So Titan is technically online next turn, which is scary.
Actually, I should return the Breeding Pool. This intercept.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Good
Just
point. Good point, my friend. Good point. Okay. Well, we got a sorcery in there. Let's see. We will attack.
Block sack.
Okay.
Get in a forest.
Then I'm going to pay 1. Go to 13. Traverse. No Delirium. And I think we want another green source here. Do we have a green source is the real question. Rob, how many basics do I have in this?
1 swamp.
Just 1 swamp?
Yep.
Just kidding. I'm not going to cast this. Just kidding. I'll play a swamp. Okay, well, that changes things. So you have how many cards?
3.
3.
You know the Breeding Pool.
And I know the Breeding Pool. How afraid am I of certain cards? Pretty afraid, realistically. But I don't think I beat a Titan anyways. So we're going to jam Oko. And make a food and pass to you. Oko the Broco. Is it prime time?
No.
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 All right, then.
It is once upon a time.
Okay. You're dreaming of the days where you once put Primeval Titans into hand, huh?
I will select a Sakura Tribe Elder.
Sure. My hand is actually pretty heinous, though.
Bet.
Chat? All right, so yeah, that is a 4/5 now.
And we'll go to 16 and play a very expensive elk.
That is an expensive elk.
You're up.
Didn't we say that? All right, well, let's start with an Inquisition, since I know it'll at least hit. Okay. And we're going to elkify that. And now the question is, do we want to attack? Goyf is still the same, right? 4/5. I don't really care if you attack Oko, so yeah, let's get in there.
12.
And your turn. One, two, three, 4 uniques. Field seems a lot harder to trigger. It's pretty good.
It certainly wasn't for my opponents last night.
Yeah?
You're up.
All right. Sorcery creature. Oh, okay. I'll destroy that. I'll take 1. Go to 12. Oh, yeah. Drown of the Lock, a Chameleon Colossus. What a time to be alive. Okay. So we're gonna elk for sure, and we got a 4/5. 12, huh? That's not great. Well, let's traverse. Go to 11 with Delirium. Let's see what we can do. As I can see, okay, this is any creature, right? Search land or creature. Okay. So I can get like a Street Wraith if I want to try to draw something more, or we just realistically should just get a Death Shadow. Yeah. Get a Death Shadow, and then we will also go to 10, Traverse again. My hand was terrible until the Traverse is turned on. Then they're sweet. And
so Ross, how much do you wish you were playing Amulet Titan right now?
Would have been a lot more Amulet.
I mean, I don't know. It feels like I probably would have done about the same thing.
Yeah. Mulligan to 5, yeah.
Yeah. Do nothing.
Pass to you.
Put this on 2.
Okay. All right, the counter spell for the Titan, the red source, the Teamer Battle Rage for this, and an extra threat. This Death Shadow strategy is, it seems pretty nice. It seems pretty nice.
I don't know. I just did nothing every single game.
Well, you mulliganed, like, you know, was that your New Year's resolution to just mulligan a little bit more? Make 7-card hands, you know, 6-card hands?
Maybe. When you cast Primeval Titan, the deck looks good.
Yeah.
When you don't, it doesn't look so good.
That's true.
And that's generally true of every Primeval Titan deck ever.
I don't know, Escape Ship could kill. That was, they had 2 Primeval Titans in that, but otherwise I totally agree with you, so. Yeah.
I don't know, not much to say.
Not too much. The Shadow deck looked good. I drew really well, you know, but it looked pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's the same formula it's been using for a while, but this, you know, the
Simic, adding Okos.
The Simic Titan deck is certainly built with the Oko decks in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Shadow matchup is probably one of the places where it's weakest.
Yeah.
Though if you don't have the pressure, like in game 2, you're really scared when I dismembered the first Shadow.
Yeah.
If that could have bought me, 2 more turns than it actually did, the end game of this deck is so robust that the Shadow deck's not beating.
Yeah, I can't beat Field of the Dead. But yeah, I mean, you said it best. Like, Oko decks trying to beat other Oko decks. We see this, time and time in Magic's history is decks cannibalize themselves trying to beat other decks that are similar. And then you have these, strategies like Death Shadow. They're like, forget about me, boom, punch to the face, And maybe that's what we'll see in Columbus. Maybe it'll just be a story where Oko is too good and the people that aren't playing it are wrong. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got one more match here to bring you. We're going to take a quick break. How long do we need, Rob?
About 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and we will be back and finish up this round of Modern and Advanced of SCG Columbus. Don't go anywhere.